Videri. We're at Digital Dreams 2015. I'm with the A&R report. They asked me to come out, and they're going to ask me a couple questions. I'm going to give them a couple answers. That's how it goes. Yeah, so I used to play piano, and I was all about Bach and Brahms, and never really found my niche. And I just grew up listening to old hip hop and golden era hip hop and classical music, and then started hearing a little bit more, kind of got into electro. Wasn't really quite my thing. Kept listening, kept going out to shows, kept meeting really creative minds, and eventually found the sound that I was looking for. And it's kind of like a mix of dark techno, some acid, some deep house. It's kind of strange and all over the place, but if it works, it works. Yeah. I moved around a lot. I actually grew up in Saudi Arabia, and then I moved to Tunisia, North Africa, and then Lebanon. So being fortunate enough to move around with my family growing up, before I came to Canada, I heard a lot of really organic sounds, a lot of performers and artists and musicians that I wouldn't have had the chance to go see. And it's a performance. It's not just about the music. They would have, all the culture and stories and traditions behind everything. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. I'm very thankful for that. My most favorite, I loved everywhere for different reasons. I did love living in Lebanon. My dad's family is from there, so it was gorgeous. You grew up living on the beach, and then a lot of people don't know it, but you can actually drive up for an hour and go skiing in the mountains. So it's nice to have that support network with your family. It was learning about where you come from and what your family is about. So if I had to pick a favorite, it'd probably be Lebanon. So I used to manage a record label before I kind of started realizing that I wanted to play by myself. And all of the artists that I used to manage and work with have been a huge support. They helped me learn actually how to play and a couple techniques that I probably would not have been able to figure out on my own. So I'm very, very grateful for that. My family is great. My brother's all golden era hip hop, so it's refreshing every once in a while to kind of go home and listen to some RZA in the background instead of, as much as I love Geyser and that harder techno style. It's nice to come home and hear him playing around with that. He started producing as well. So my brothers, the artists that I used to work with, all my friends, everyone is just so supportive, so incredible, and they're inspiring too, right? To have everyone be with you and come to your shows and just support your whole way. It's an awesome feeling. It makes you want to keep doing it. I really did think that I was going to perform piano. I did Royal Conservatory, and after grade 9, grade 10, you can do performance or teach. And I really thought that I was going to be a piano player, but I guess I'm kind of glad that I got into DJing as well. If I could play anywhere in the world, other than Panorama Bar or Berghain, I guess that would be my top one. I have never been there before. The stories that come back are just incredible. It sounds surreal. I would love to play Sonar in Barcelona. That is on my hit list, so hopefully one day I'll see myself on a stage there. And definitely Movement. I have loved going to Detroit for Movement Festival the past 2 years. And the talent and the sound and the support that's there is incredible. I would absolutely love to play there one day. I think I take a different approach to playing an intimate club setting versus a festival. It's they're different on their own terms. I do love playing in a smaller packed room, and you get to have more of a conversation with the crowd in front of you, and I find that it's easier to take direction with your set because you can actually see and feel the response and respond to the people that are in front of you and dancing and having a great time. But the thing with festivals is especially if you're playing one of the bigger stages as well, the thing that I see is you really get to push yourself and challenge yourself. So I haven't had the opportunity to play any of the bigger stages yet, hopefully one day. But I know I kind of have this wish list playlist that I don't play for smaller, intimate, after hours, but that one day when I get to that big stage, this playlist is going to come out, and I'm really excited. I have a lot of people on my wish list to collaborate with. I would love to work with Geyser. He has this, really dark techno sound, but he also had a classical background, and you can really hear him telling a story. Nicholas Jar, also completely different kind of music, but I have so much respect for him. He is constantly innovating his sound and pushing the limits from that I've never seen done before as well. So if I had to pick, two opposite ends of the spectrum, probably Geyser on one end and then Nicholas Jar on the other. Yeah. Well, I think it's really about being smart with your social media. Even like this right now, doing this, I did my research before I got asked to do this interview with the A&R Report. Really respect what you guys are doing. The fact that you are asking questions and really getting in, the artists' minds, and really supporting people who haven't quite made it yet, but you can see the drive and you can see the ambition and you can see that love for what they're doing. I think it's important to work with the right people who have the right mindset, that are doing it for the right reasons as well. So if you're on the same page and you're leveraging each other's social media, I think that's the best way to do it. Inspiration comes in all forms. It's not just about just going to shows and hearing other people play. Sometimes it's just going to the AGO and seeing like Jean-Michel Basquiat, or just like seeing other forms of art on different platforms, and knowing that you have a voice, and every time you step up to play, that's some kind of a conversation you're having with some people that you may not have the opportunity to speak with in another way. I hope that one day I have a repertoire of music that I feel really, really proud of, that ends up being timeless. I hope that people play it and love to play what I make. One day down the road, if I can get back into working with, maybe even having my own label, and if I get to the point where where I'm, I guess you could say, established and playing these shows and on a higher level, then I would really love to. I mean, the support that I get from other people that have already kind of, progressed their careers more than me, the support that I get from them, I would definitely like to put back into other people's careers as well. If I ever get to that point, it'd be nice, and I would really love to give that back. Yeah, so I hope that would be a legacy in itself. I mean, it teaches you patience. It teaches you to really be yourself. Sometimes I like to be transparent. I like to never sugarcoat anything, or it's important to have your voice and stick by your voice. If you feel like a set isn't the kind of music that you want to play, or you don't feel it's right for you, it's important to say no or say yes, right? So I think having that experience working in the industry, kind of behind the scenes, it gave me a really good outlook on what goes on before and after someone steps up to the decks. I have a lot of respect for everyone that runs around doing sound check, or even handling guest lists, and the people that are there before, everything's set up in front of you before you even get to play. Having that respect for the people who make it so that you can do what you love to do, I think it really humbles you. It makes you appreciate every time that you step up to the decks as well, and it makes you want to meet everyone that is helping you do what you do. So I have a tattoo on the side of my shoulder. It says Esse quam Videri. I did a degree in English language and literature. Loved Latin as well. So Esse quam Videri means to be rather than to seem. I think it's a really cool dichotomy between reality versus whatever you kind of make up along the way. So Videri in itself actually doesn't have any meaning without the context. So I think it's kind of cool that the context is the music that I'm playing, and then that's where that meaning comes into play. But yeah, so I guess if I had to pick one word, it would be Videri.